Hello, everybody. It is such a pleasure for me to be here, albeit digitally. I want to give a quick thank you to Diversity Women Media and, of course, Dr. Robinson for having me here. It's been such a pleasure to be standing along such inspiring, powerful women of color. I'm going to read only one poem today, and I wanted to contextualize it a little bit because I think this conference has been so phenomenal. When I read this poem, which is called The Miracle of Morning, I actually wrote it this summer, and kind of the climate and the deep fog of what it means to be a country in lockdown during COVID-19. But I think much more broadly, I was also trying to imagine and empathize with the entrepreneurs, business people, and innovators in this country who have been forced to pivot and think on their feet. And I think often we overlook the fact that so many of those trailblazers are women. For example, there's a statistic that I don't think enough people know, which is that Black women are the fastest growing entrepreneurial group in the United States. Their numbers in terms of how many own small businesses has grown over 320% since 1997. That is to say, when we're talking about the businesses, the ideas, the projects that are continuing and powering forward through disease, through disaster, a lot of times the people at that helm are women, and specifically women of color. So I think this is a really great time to celebrate that strength and that ingenuity. This poem, as I mentioned, is titled The Miracle of Morning. I thought I'd awaken to a world in mourning, heavy clouds crowding, a society storming, but there's something different on this golden morning, something magical in the sunlight, wide and warming. I see a dad with a stroller taking a jog across the street. A bright-eyed girl chases her dog. A grandma on a porch fingers her rosaries. She grins as her young neighbor brings her groceries. While we might feel small, separate, and all alone, our people have never been more tightly tethered. Because the question isn't if we will weather this unknown, but how we will weather that unknown together. So on this meaningful morn, we mourn and we mend like lights. We can't be broken even when we bend as one. We will defeat both despair and disease. We stand with healthcare heroes and all employees, with families, libraries, waiters, schools, artists, businesses, restaurants, and hospitals hit hardest. We ignite not in the light, but in lack thereof, for it is in loss that we truly learn to love. In this chaos, we will discover clarity. In suffering, we must find solidarity, for it's our grief that gives us our gratitude, shows us how to find hope if we ever shall lose it. So ensure that this ache wasn't endured in vain. Do not ignore the pain. Give it purpose. Use it. Read children's books, dance alone to DJ music. Know that this distance will make our hearts grow fonder from a wave of woes. Our world will emerge stronger. We'll observe how the burdens braved by humankind are also the moments that make us humans kind. Let each morning find us courageous, brought closer, heeding the lights before the fight is over. When this ends, we'll smile sweetly, finally seeing in testing times, we became the best of beings. Thank you so much for listening. It's been so great to be part of this. And as I tried to say in my poem, the people who bring light and joy and faith to our communities come in all different types of shapes and sizes and colors, and often more than not, those leaders come in the form of powerful, beautiful women like the ones that we've seen on this screen. So I implore all of you to continue celebrating these beautiful mosaic of women who are powering forward, who are bringing the miracle into the morning. Thank you so much.